Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Bros. It's Drew here. We're at Busch Gardens, Tampa today, and we're on the elevator lift on the side of Sheikra. Yeah, I'm not making this up. We are legitimately going up the side of the lift hill for Sheikra currently. Gonna take a little walk up top, which is pretty insane to think about. Oh my gosh, Gwazi, it's beautiful. All right, we've made it to the top. I'm a little nervous, I can't lie. Let's see this thing. Alrighty. Oh, this is amazing, but also kind of terrifying. Because, you know,
we were just standing on top of Sheikra.
Oh my golly goodness gracious. This is insane.
Gwazi though. Look at that Gwazi.
Oh, there goes Tigress over yonder. Okay, I know what you're wondering. How the heck did you get the opportunity to walk on top of a roller coaster like that? Well, we were attending Iron Gwazi Media Day when we were given the opportunity. And of course, a huge thank you to Busch Gardens Tampa. But Sheikra is currently undergoing some major maintenance at this time, including a retracking of portions near the ever-famous splashdown finale of this coaster. Splashdown finale? Yeah, that's right. This ride features a giant splashdown at the end of the ride, but if you're asking that question, you're probably wondering, what the heck is Sheikra anyway? Well, Sheikra is a dive coaster at Busch Gardens Tampa that opened in 2005. This type of roller coaster gets its name from the first drop of the ride, where you dive down 90 degrees straight towards the ground, but that's not the biggest kick of the ride. Before plummeting all the way down, you will be held up at the top, staring downward. And if you're riding in the front row, you have the best view of that entire area of the park while on ride. Following that drop down though, of course, there are plenty of inversions and turns, and eventually you'll hit this giant water element that creates a massive wave covering even part of the midways and potentially getting you wet if you're not paying attention. That brings us back to that certain track portion, which is getting replaced, and actually at the time of the releasing of this video, that track is most likely already gone. But due to the closure and the ride being non-operational, it was completely safe to go up to the top and get a gander of what the park looks like from all the way 205 feet in the air. This experience used to be part of a morning tour at Busch Gardens Tampa, where you could see the maintenance procedures behind many of the coasters, including Sheikra and even Cheetah Hunt, and it also included a morning walk all the way up at the top of Sheikra. Now, while they don't offer that tour any longer, we were incredibly lucky to be able to go up ourselves, accompanied by, of course, representatives of the park as well as maintenance, to check out this amazing view for ourselves. So that's when we headed up that elevator on the left-hand side of the lift hill and ended up learning plenty of amazing things about this incredible ride, including that maintenance has to get to this ride and do their daily checks at 4:30 in the morning every operational day. So the members of maintenance we were with didn't blink an eye at the fact that we were over 200 feet in the air, because they literally have to do it on the daily. It also gives a great perspective on how theme and amusement parks are actually a 24/7 operation. Whether it's after park close cleanup, security in the middle of the night, or maintenance showing up very early in the wee hours, parks are always moving and always improving at every minute of the day. We were at this point so incredibly fortunate to be able to walk toward that 90-degree drop and that holding chain that holds you before eventually moving just enough where that chain dog, or what holds you onto that chain, releases and sends you plummeting towards the ground. Obviously, on ride, you can get this view pretty easily, but it'll be over in about 10 or 15 seconds, where we had the wonderful chance to be able to look up close and personal on all of this crazy equipment for 15 to 20 minutes. As a coaster nerd myself, I was geeking out at every little detail, whether it was just those brakes, the sensors next to those brakes, the chain itself, the drive tires that help push you along toward the edge. Of course, there's no way I couldn't mention the spectacular view from the top of the ride of all of Busch Gardens Tampa, as well as even all the way to downtown Tampa. There was literally a view of everywhere, even all the way out to the ocean. Whether it was checking out Falcon's Fury, which still towered just above us, or even looking downward, that's right, downward to most of the other attractions in the park like Kumba and Tigris. It is truly something I will never forget being able to do, and I can now definitely say off of my bucket list, I have a little check mark to add on to that ever-growing list.
As we make our descent, I gotta say, that was like a dream come true, to say the least. Kind of nerve-wracking, obviously, because you are up 200 feet in the air and whatnot, but to get those views of all of the park, as well as even over towards downtown Tampa, and just be able to take it in, unlike really on the coaster, because on the coaster you're only up there for like 15, 20 seconds maybe, but to be able to just stand there and get that view for what felt like forever is something I will never forget. Well, talk about an invigorating time all the way up at the top of Sheikra. I gotta say a huge thank you to Busch Gardens for the privilege of being able to do that. And a huge shout out to both Brian and Missy, who are our tour guides up top. That was just another checklist, bucket list, whatever, a check on the bucket list for me. I've always wanted to do something like that, and to be actually able to do it was just incredible in its own right. Like I can't even put it into words how amazing that experience was. But I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me all the way up top. It was just exemplary. But I hope you enjoyed, because we're gonna have way more videos coming out from Florida and Busch Gardens Tampa specifically. So make sure to subscribe. But until then, we'll see you on the next ride.